We are near Budapest in a small village in a beautiful garden, one of the best gardens. Animals everywhere. I love this. I love being here. I love doing aquascaping. I was invited here by a good friend of mine, a very, very good television director that I used to work with at a television station here in Hungary. And I love his work. I learned a lot from him. And now it's time for me to do a 120 or 240 liters planted tank in his house. Welcome to the beautiful world of aquascaping. I'm not going to stay here. I'm gonna move. Let's start working. Maya, hey. I don't want to go inside, but I have to because we have to start working, and I've got two guys helping me here. This is Gary, you already know him. This is Matyi, you already know him. So let's get inside. Free Hardscape. I don't know if we need Maya here. Do we need you? I've got a new friend. Let's go work. We've got the Chihiros 120 centimeter WRGB light. Obviously this is an Opti-White tank, and let me talk a little bit about the cabinet itself. It's a laminated cabinet which is 80 centimeter high, but we actually used a heightener. We put another element below it to heighten it to 100 centimeters. Here you've got the plant fertilizers, fish food, etc. And on the other side, you've got the Eheim Professional 2080 filter. This is a pressurized CO2 system here, and it has the 5 kilogram bottle, a big one, which will be enough for probably 8 months. We've got an Aquatic 1000 CO2 reactor in the back. And I almost forgot, we've got the doser here, and the doser will dose the Green Aqua Macro and Micro Ferts, as well as the Flourish XL, which will help us fight the algae a little bit, and it will help with the general health of the tank as well. So let's start with the soil and the hardscape. Oh, and I almost forgot, the stones were taken from the 450 liter tank that I built last summer. The hardscape itself was built for about 3 weeks, and it was one of the biggest jobs that I did on a hardscape ever. That tank is 150 centimeters wide. This one is 120. We had to take out certain big pieces, so we're gonna move these pieces into the tank, but not before we install the substrate. We're gonna place some aquarium mat below the heavy rocks. Make sure that you don't see it along the side glass. And then we're gonna go with the Denel Deponit Mix Professional 9-in-1. That's the base layer fertilizing substrate. I'm gonna take the substrate from the side glass away. I don't want that to be visible. The Aquasoil Amazonia version 2 has the soil supplements, which we always forget to use, and then we had to add them later. And then the 9 liter Amazonia version 2 will come, and let's start from the front glass to push the base layer fertilizing substrate away. Now I have no idea about the order of the rocks because they took the whole tank apart, the 450 liter tank, so they're the ones that know. So I'm just gonna stand by and watch what they do. Each of these pieces are about 16 to 20 kilos, as mentioned in the last video. We are afraid that if we place the lily pipes in the back and the rocks are actually blocking the flow, we will not have enough flow in this tank. What? No, I'm not gonna push this back. I don't do that. You should see his face. He had those faces. I like this. This is okay. But we need to fit in the second rock behind it, right? Just holding it here while they're searching for small rocks that we can place underneath the left side of this structure. Why am I holding it? And they're still looking. I don't believe this. The third and the fourth piece. And these are the bigger ones. I think they threw it in like it's nothing. Front towards the enemy, guys. I'm the enemy. And now we have to build structures that would bring the line a little bit forward. The grain size for the AD Aquasol Amazonia is quite heavy, so you can make steep slopes with it. He's continuously criticizing me. He cannot stop. And also, what are you doing? Wow. You don't need to do that. It's not moving. It's okay. You know it's here. It's not gonna fall down. Okay, you can glue it. The rocks are in. All we need to do is to support this rock here. I would love to support this too in these places because these two are moving. You like this idea? I knew you'd like it, because this looks like a trunk. And then I've got 3 more pieces that I want to sell. Okay, this is not very expensive. But anyways, it's already sold. Looks like a lot like Angkor. So they went to visit Cambodia and they liked the landscape so much that they wanted to recreate that. Well, I've got to tell you honestly, I didn't have that in mind when I built this cape for the first time. But now, with the wood and everything, it looks a lot like Angkor in Cambodia. So Maki's telling me what to do today. He said that we should start with the foreground. I will start with the background, but then he tells me that if we start planting the background plants first, they will overshadow everything and they will cover everything, so we will not have proper vision on the details, so we cannot introduce the small plants later. Actually, he's right. My idea is to plant like this, at least this much, and it goes like here. Matty is telling me that we shouldn't do this because this is not going to be very efficient, but what he doesn't know is that I like to use twice as much as normal people. And he's also telling me that he's going to float up, which is not going to happen because I've got the proper technique. So he tells me that he likes the ones that have been on the shelf for at least a week or two, because then those plants are gonna be bigger. I still like my technique better, kind of. You guys can decide which part you like better, this part or that part. Because see, I did like twice as much as he did. I'm gonna take over from you because I think that I'm doing a much better job than you do. You can go walk the dog, Maya. Okay?
Okay.
I was kidding. I was kidding. So what we're doing now is I'm finishing the Eleocharis carpet here. In the meantime, Gary is adding the Anubias mini. I want to bring up the Eleocharis all the way to this little valley here in the center, where we don't have any light visible on the right side, and on the left side there, we're gonna have a lot of crypts because those will tolerate the lack of light. I am ready with the Eleocharis planting, and I will start completing the Anubias and the Bucephalandra variation in the background. I want to cover all these smaller cracks with the Anubias pangolino and the Bucephalandra kedagang. I like the contrast between those two because the kedagang has the reddish structure, and I want to have a lot of reddish tint in the background as well, a lot of red plants. Don't forget to trim the roots of the Anubias before you plant them, because the roots will obstruct the view and they will just mess up this plant. What am I going to do with the Monte Carlo? Because that will fall down on the rocks really nicely. Mind that I use the Monte Carlo only towards the top here, because that bright green color will accentuate the top of the tank. And also Monte Carlo can be used as an epiphyte plant, which is a good thing because I can place it on rocks. Matty has just installed the in and outflows. We've got 2 outflows. So this is Microzorum trident, which is a really nice fern type, which combined with Bovitis looks really natural. I'm going to add Sterogyne repens, which is going to be a little bit similar to the Alternanthera rheinici mini, except this is going to be green. So I'm going to not add that in the center, but on the 2 sides. Don't forget to spray the plants, because if they dry out, you will lose them. Next plant, Hygrophila Pineathida, which is also a fern type, but it is reddish. As I told you, I want a lot of reddish tint in this tank. The 2 Eriocaulum breviscapum plants, well, we decided to add them here in this little corner in the back, and then the other one will probably be here in the back. We need crypts in these 2 darker corners. Also, I'm going to try the Utricularia Graminifolia from ADA. Alternanthera rheinici pink. It's a nice pink plant that will add a lot of color to the back. If we don't like it, we can take it out. This is the Ludwigia Glandulosa. You're not going to see it right now. Maybe in a week it can grow up. And this will need spraying. It will need probably daily spraying or so. Last plant, the Alternanthera rheinici mini. I'm gonna go in front of the crypts. I kind of like the idea of having a dark green in the foreground, then a red line in the middle, greens on both sides, and then darker greens towards the midground. And as we move towards the surface, we will have the lighter colored Monte Carlo and also the Utricularia here. Above the water, we will have the terrestrial moss. I'm going to put some geotextile later on that will take up the water from behind the rocks. You will need to spray it sometimes, but this can actually not dry out if the water is being taken up from behind this whole structure. I think we're ready with the planting. We're going to fill it up with water now, and you guys are going to see how this whole scape looks in about 10 days, 2 weeks from now on in the next pictures. But until then, I thank you for all the attention. Thanks for staying here with us. Thanks for all the fish. we're not there yet. But we're ready with planting this tank, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to aquascape. Don't forget to subscribe if you didn't do so yet. Cheers.